All right, so we're here today apparently to talk about deck building? Okay, wait, no. This says blue? A blue deck? No, this can't be right. What's going on? Wait, what do you mean there's nobody over there? No one can ever hear voices, and this is just me talking to myself, and I'm just holding a picture of a cat. It says... Oh no, am I crazy? Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. We are here to enjoy the shreds of sanity that apparently exist still within my mind. We're going to talk about building a blue deck, okay? It's a blue-white deck. And for those of you who know me, you're going to be like, wait, no, really, did you get struck by a hammer or something about the head a number of times? Not a big fan of white-blue decks. Oh, you know what? I guess I probably should address what's going on here, because this is probably going to be confusing to you. Be like, wait, why is the background green and blue like this? Well, what's going on is me and Carly, we recently bought some foam for our bed. Look at how thick it is. I'm on the internet. I'm gonna brag on my thickness for a bit. All right, let's hope this doesn't fall over now. But either way, this thing is, stay where you are. It's taller than me, okay? This is like gorped down against the wall. This thing is taller than me and way bigger than our bed. We slapped it down on our bed and it florps out onto all the different sides. So it needs some time to air out and be adjusted. So this is gonna be here in the background, hanging out with us for this video. So whatever, who cares? We're here to talk about magic cards. We're here to talk about building a white, blue, all right, it's get that out of our systems and focus, because we're gonna do white, blue, beefy green boy style. That's the twist, okay? So this deck is going to surround a card that I'm sure a number of you wanted to know my opinions on, and it was a card that I was originally just going to do an individual video on, but this adds another fun element to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at it. It's already on the screen anyhow. That's Charix, the Raging Isle. First of all, Charix really sounds like a red creature, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Or maybe like a black legendary creature, some sort of guy who burns villages down. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a blue name. But who cares about that? That's really irrelevant. So it's Charix the Raging Isle, and it's 2 blue and 2 for a 0-17. That is a fat number. That is a big, beefy boy, delicious number. It makes the 0 beside it, you go, meh, that's fine. It's got a 0, who cares? It's got 17 toughness. That means the biggest, baddest creatures just dunk right off of him, and he's like, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing, son. But it gets better. It gets better, because Charix has multiple abilities. The first ability makes him more difficult to deal with. Spells your opponent's cast that target Charix cost 2 more mana to cast, all right? So it's going to be a little harder to remove him outright, which is great, but we're going to take it a step further once we get to the next part of the combo. This is my big, dumb, stupid, ridiculous combo. And remember, we're here to have fun. So if you think this combo is going to blow your mind and be like, oh my, it's a game-ending 2-card combo. No, all right? This is for the stout of heart. The true warriors will play this deck, not the ones who are looking for an easy win, all right? Anyhow, let's continue on with Charix's abilities. His second ability is pay 3 mana. Charix gets +X/-X until end of turn. The cops are coming, man. I can hear it in the background. The alarms are going, because this combo is so fire that it's illegal. They're trying to shut me down before I even tell you, but I'm not going nowhere, all right? I'm gonna stay right here. So this, stop with the alarms in the background. Come on, man. Come on with the sirens. You guys probably can't even hear it, which just adds another dimension to my dementia. I just seem like an even crazier person. He's just an old rambly man. You know what? It's time. I'm just going to go to sleep on the foam right now. Anyways, Charix's ability gives plus X minus X, where X is the number of islands you have out, right? Yeah, it's islands specifically. So if you had out 10 islands, then he would become a 10-7. But you can also activate this multiple times, right? So let's say you had out 6 islands. You'd have enough mana to activate him twice, which means you would actually give him plus 6 minus 6 twice. So we'd get plus 12 minus 12, right? And then you're looking at a 12-5. So you can swing in with them for beefy McSmackins, which is nice, right? That feels pretty good. Gigantic hulking creatures are cool. And I gotta say, I am a sucker for sea creatures that have like an island or a civilization on their back. I did a video a long time ago about Erechmathes, the slumbering isle or whatever, and all the people living on his back. I love that idea. First of all, the immensity of a beast that's so big that you can live on it and not be aware it's not a landmass. It's literally a living being. Now, as far as I understand, we never heard of Charax before. I could be wrong because I haven't like read the Zendikar novels and the depth and breadth of all the lore surrounding Zendikar. So perhaps Charax was already mentioned as a location or offhand, but I had never heard of him. So for me, like my perspective flavor-wise, it's like an island of Zendikar just woke up one day and was angry, but for a different reason than normal. Like, Zendikar's going crazy because of the Royal. The Eldrazi caused the Royal to go all over Zendikar, right? And then the Eldrazi went away, but the Royal's still going, nah, I ain't done, man. I'm still going to go all crazy and nutty, right? So you've got that scenario where most of Zendikar is like, you can't trust the land. The Royal will lift up. And Charax is all over there going, guess what? I ain't the Royal, but I'm still down to go. Blah, 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 blah. I'm an angry crab. I love it. I love it. He's the Raging Isle. An entire island that is angry and raging around, going, chop, 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 chop. And the fact that he like draws strength off of islands. I love the artwork with the crab. I'm a big old crab, but check out my back. You can build a summer house there. Like, dude, that's awesome. 17 toughness. You are a massive, massive beast at that point, right? So the flavor of this card is through the roof. And I like the idea of just pounding my opponent into the dirt with this thing. But I don't want to do it in the standard way. I don't want to just go, all right, I'm going to pay mana to pump it and protect it. No, no, no. I want its toughness to stay high at all times. I want it to be super, super difficult to destroy. So we're going to do a 3-card combo. Technically, if you want to, the second card I'm about to mention, you don't even have to put it in the combo. The combo's really the other 2 cards, but I don't care. This adds an extra level of amazingness, okay? So we're going to start with Charax. Then we're going to add a Mirror Shield, okay? So Mirror Shield is 2 colors to put out. It's a piece of equipment, and it costs 2 to equip, right? So it's like all the pieces of this combo cost like 4 mana or less to get going. It's great. So the Mirror Shield goes on Charax. What it does is it gives equipped creature +0, +2, and hexproof. And whenever a creature with Death Touch blocks or becomes blocked by this creature, destroy that creature. And what this does is this thing right here makes Charax very, very, very difficult to deal with because now he has hexproof, right? That means your opponent can't target him. On top of that, he's got 2 more toughness. So now he's a 0-19. That's so good. And actually, you know what? There is one thing I didn't cover when we talked about the 17 toughness on Charax. In case you're wondering why they picked such a weirdly odd number like the 17, what they try to do, and this makes sense from a card design standpoint, is they try and use each number. So instead of creating a 20 toughness creature right off the bat, they'll go, let's do one with 17 toughness. Let's do one with 18 toughness. Let's do one with 19 toughness, right? And that does seem a little like paint by numbers, connect the dots style. However, it conserves design space. If you just go, let's make this crab 20 toughness, and then you go, oh, now we got to do another one. we got to go 25 because 21 doesn't feel like enough. And eventually, and not even eventually, pretty rapidly, you'll start to scale up the mountain or move to a point where you just can't do anything. So the mirror shield, to return to what I was saying, will make Charax 19. Charax, I don't know how it's pronounced, so I'm going to say it both ways during this video. I don't care. All right. So on top of having 19 toughness, this also makes Charax immune to targeted removal. And if they're playing those stupid little 1/1 vampires that are like, hey, I've got life, link, and death touch for 1 mana, it's like, you can't just kill my crab with your 1/1. No. And on top of that, the Mirror Shield is also a card that has amazing flavor. Like, let's be real. When I saw this card, I was like, dude, that's so cool. This card comes from the Theros block, right? And Theros is your whole like Greek mythology, and that's where you have your Medusa, right? Like, a lot of people are fairly familiar with the story of the Medusa. You can't look her in the eyes or else you get turned to stone. But you can look in a polished reflective mirror at the Medusa, right? So that allows you to look at their reflection, and also their reflection has an additional property where if you can manage to show Medusa her own reflection, she'll be turned to stone. So the Mirror Shield essentially takes that a step further and turns like not only Medusa Blast, but anything that has that instant death aura, it turns it back on the creature itself. And the destroying of the creature effect, it happens before damage is dealt. So basically, if Charax is blocked, or in some cases blocks a death touch creature, and he's got the Mirror Shield, he goes, ha ha, suck it! And the death touch creature goes, kabloo! And just explodes, which is awesome. So at this point, really the only way to get rid of Charax once you shield him up is they need a full board wipe, and it has to be like a destroy all creature style board wipe. It can't be do damage to all creatures, because good luck doing enough damage to Charax. You know what I mean? Like, unless you got that meteor spell, it's like 20 damage to everything. Forget about it, right? And that's not standard, because the combo we're talking about is fully a standard combo. Although, admittedly, its lifespan is fairly short for standard, guys. You're going to have like 6 days to build around this combo, which I encourage you to do. So, we have laid the groundwork. You've seen Charax, you've seen Mirror Shield, and I'm sure some of you already are on high alert because you know where I'm going with this. And the card is high alert. You see the clever joke that I made there? So, high alert. Ugh, white, blue, gross. Blech, blech. But it's all just to make a gigantic beefcake creature. Basically the equivalent of a 1919, which makes Giganosaurus go whatever, right? So, high alert, what does it do? It's an enchantment that says each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, which means Charax all of a sudden goes, what's up, son? I do 19. Why is this combo set up to do 19? Because it's all about intimidation. It's all about showing them your boss. You know what? No, I'm not going to destroy you. I'm going to swing in and let the island almost destroy you. And as you're standing there all beat up and whatever, Charax will get ready for another charge. He's coming in again. Get some! I love it. I love it. I mean, there are other abilities on the card, like creatures you control can attack as if they didn't have Defender. Irrelevant to this, card. And 4 mana untap target creature. I mean, you can swing with Charax and keep him ready on the D as well, but overall, it's all just about the power and toughness switching. So this is a 3-card combo that only requires 1 rare, lets you go downtown on your opponent for 19 fat points of goodness. Now, that's it. That's all I'm going to give you in terms of like deck concept, but I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys would do with it. I've done this before where I come up with like, cram some cards together. We did it before with Island Sanctuary and Sandworm Convergence, where I basically said, here you go. And I tossed in maybe a couple of ideas that you could include into the deck and said, here you go, build the deck. So, challenge is for you guys in the comments below, build your own deck around this. Come up with your own concepts that enhance and make this more fun. But I mean, if you want to, you can find a way to make Charax toughness 20, but to me, that kind of defeats the intimidation crab purpose of it. So, that's up to you. Take this and run with it. Do what you want. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, my friends. If you like what I'm doing here, like, comment, and subscribe. That's all fantastic. If you love what I'm doing here, hop on my Patreon and support the channel. And other than that, I got a lore channel called Fantasy Geographic. We've got another amazing installment of the Time Stream Chronicles, which talks about Urza and Karn and the Phyrexian Rift and all that. So that'll be coming out this weekend. Check that out. Get over on that channel if you haven't already. And other than that, I'm done talking. So I will see all of you, my friends, tomorrow.